everybody, it's Mr. G. Welcome back to Just Corvette Crazy. Today we're back working on our 86 project car, so the C4 Corvette. Right here beside me, this is the task that we've got today. We are going to be replacing the burn-off relay, and we're going to be cleaning the power relay for the mass airflow sensor. So 2 relays serviced, 1 replaced, 1 cleaned up. That's the job today. Stay tuned.
Hey folks, this is Mr. G and welcome to Just Corvette Crazy. On this channel we talk about Corvettes, we fix some Corvettes, and we love to drive our Corvettes. So if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out a lot. Thanks.
Okay, so we're going to first remove this 1 bolt here. It's a 10 mil. And then we have some in the wheel well, and they are a T27 Torx. So again, in the wheel well here, T27 Torx. And then basically, and there's one holding the bottom in place as well. And again, these are just simple screws. I'm going to remove the 3 that are here. Now you can gain yourself a little bit more space if you swap the wheel, but I'm good. There's enough in here for me to get my tool in. 1, 2, and 3. And then there's one more on the bottom, so I'm going to lift up the car and show you where that one is. Because it's a very, very tight fit. So right up underneath here, is a very, very small screw. So I know that in the past I've been able to slide this panel out without having to remove that screw all the way. So as long as that screw is a little bit loose, we should be able to slide this panel out enough to get the battery out. So let's give this a try here. So you can see where that screw is in there. Get the camera in. Alright, so right in there, you see a screw, and that holds it in. But I'm able to flex this down enough that I can slide the battery out. So I'm going to disconnect the battery. I use vice grips because somebody once upon a time on this has stripped these bolts round. But it's not hard to get out because there's lots of bite. So there, the battery is disconnected. And I'm going to slide it out. There's also a bolt over here that holds the battery in place. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the car down a little bit more. So basically, the old system with the bolt going through and locking the battery in place. Now, I had just put this battery in not long ago, so I knew I was going to be doing this. So I didn't put that bolt back in. So there's the battery out. So now what we got to do is I'm going to reposition the camera, come back on the other side, and take a look. So hold on. This one here is the relay for the power. This one down here is the relay for, what's this? Drainage. So this is the relay for the burn-off circuit. So one way to verify, and I'm just going to pop both of these out. Hopefully the plug comes out with no problems. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires. And this one should be 4 wires, according to the service manual. Alright folks, so what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and remove this bracket here and pull these out so they'll be easier to work on. So I'm going to get myself a socket and see if I can actually do that and how difficult it is. So I'm going to put my light there so I can see. So hopefully you can see where I'm working here. So right in there, there are 2 small bolts, screws that are holding this in. Seven mil. So 7mm socket. So there we go. So again, I'm going to clean up these contacts, swap this one out, and then reinstall. So again, this one here is for the power. Yep, it has a label on it. This one probably has been replaced once upon a time because it does not have any kind of label. So that one's power, and this is the one we're going to be replacing. That's the burn off. We'll give it a good cleaning on the contacts. So basically a contact cleaner. Stuff I have, Contact 2000. There are many products like this on the market. So give it a good spray. I'm going to take a screwdriver, go right inside on the contacts and give them a good wipe down. There is all kinds of junk and gunk in there. Clean off the actual contacts in the plug. So there's one, we'll give that one a squirt and let it sit. And there's the other. Contacts are dirty, but they don't look bad. So again, the idea of replacing the burn-off relay is if that relay is sticking. So the idea of the burn-off relay is once you turn off the car, every time you turn off the car, for a short period of time, high current is placed to an element inside the mass flow air sensor that kind of burns off all of the crap that your mass flow has picked up on that car ride. And basically the idea is to clean off the mass flow air sensor every time you shut off your car. The bad part is if this relay sticks, then you could be putting electricity to that heating element for longer than it's supposed to be. Alright folks, we're back. I did not have any large enough rivets, so basically I just put a couple of nuts and bolts and a little bit of Loctite on there. Should do the job. So we've got that. Here's our power relay, so that's going to go back like that, and then our connectors are going to go up and in. So I'm just going to slide this connector a little bit out of the way. So again, I have cleaned the guts of that, and this is the new one. That's going to go there, and away we go. So both relays are back. We got the new one for the burn off. Contacts are all nice and cleaned for the power relay. So now we can slide our battery back in. Get that all done up. Okay, so basically I got the battery back in. I have not yet connected the power, but I wanted to show you this before I put it all back together. So this thing here is fairly adjustable. Okay, the way this all sits. Remember, we've got this 10 mil screw here. And what I normally do is I put this relatively just finger tight, and then I try and line up my gap. Now the idea is you want to make sure that the door opens inside the flap. If this is pushed too far back, and like I'm just going to exaggerate right here. When I open the door, okay, so this is coming really, really close to touching. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that the gap is relatively constant, fairly level, so that when the door opens, the door has enough clearance to go in and behind the panel. So that looks good right where it sits. So I'm just going to tighten that back up where it sits and then try it. So again, you want a nice constant gap, and when you open the door, you want to make sure that the door goes in behind the panel without a risk of hitting. Alright, so what we've done today is we have taken the two relays for the mass airflow sensor. So there's the burn off relay, which we replaced with brand new, and we have cleaned up the power relay for the mass airflow sensor. So that completes our job for today. Plenty more to come on this C4 project car. Just Corvette crazy. Stay tuned, stay safe everybody.